Anthony Davis will be traded this summer. Now it's just a waiting game. Back in January, the New Orleans Pelicans center and his agent Rich Paul made it official. Davis no longer wants to be a part of the Pelicans organization. After 7 long years with the Pelicans, the lack of winning has finally got to Davis. Reportedly, a multitude of things have frustrated Anthony Davis recently, from the lack of stability within the ownership, the lack of talent around him. Then when they finally got some talent around him and got to the second round of the playoffs, the Pelicans refused to pay Rajon Rondo and injured all-star center DeMarcus Cousins. Can I get the camera to look at me? Who in the hell are the New Orleans Pelicans to let 2 guys walk away for nothing? Reportedly, the last straw for AD was when he found out that he would not be an All-Star Game starter. Still voted in the game, but not an All-Star Game starter. That for Davis was going backwards. I mean, the guy's averaging 28 and 13. He already feels like the team isn't valuing him enough, but now even the fans are starting to take him for granted on how great he has to be night in, night out for his team to win a basketball game. The fans are the money. All right, after the Lakers failed to acquire Davis at the deadline, it was apparent that the Pelicans wanted to wait until all options are on the table this summer, when teams like the Boston Celtics can offer all their assets and the Knicks could potentially offer their top pick. Breakups are never easy in a relationship, especially when you tell the person, I'm no longer in love with you. You took me for granted. You didn't do everything in your power to make this relationship work. But probably more than anything that pisses people off when they're breaking up with someone is when the person tells them, I found someone else. And they're better at everything than you are. They cook better, they clean better, they wash the car better, they kiss better, they're just better. So now the Pelicans are in a tough spot for the last quarter of the season. What do you do with Anthony Davis? They're going to trade him this summer, but right now, do you play him and risk an injury? Then his value decreases. Do you sit him and upset the fans who paid their hard-earned money to watch this disgustingly bad team even with Anthony Davis? Do you seriously leave 28 points and 13 rebounds on the bench and try to convince the rest of this team that you're actually about winning? Well, the Pelicans have come to a conclusion, and I think this is the worst possible scenario for everyone involved. The New Orleans Pelicans have announced that they plan on continually playing Anthony Davis for only about 25 minutes a game. What? That's dumb. But before I go in on why that's dumb, I do want to give the Pelicans some slack in this regard. The NBA is on New Orleans' back about sitting a healthy star. We get it, you guys got to make the best decision for your business and trade him this summer, but it is kind of irrational, and the Players Association will get involved if Anthony Davis is healthy and wants to play basketball for this team, and you're sitting him just because you don't want him to get hurt. I got to give the Pelicans that break. But even then, this is still the dumbest possible scenario that the Pelicans could have came up with. No one wins in this situation. I'll break it down at every level. From the ownership, it only takes you one play to get hurt. So if you want to preserve Anthony Davis, if you really don't want to play him, pay the $100,000 fine that the NBA said they would give you guys for each game he doesn't play. That way, no matter what, I mean, it's only a couple $1 million. There's only 25 games left in the season. Anthony Davis has been injury prone enough to get hurt on one specific play. All right? If you're an owner and you want this guy healthy for trades this summer, it only takes one play for him to get injured. So he's still playing and can still get hurt, but just for only 25 minutes a game. From a coaching standpoint, like I said earlier, how do you convince this team to play their hardest, knowing one of the best possibilities they have at winning games is sitting right there, and in the fourth quarter, he's likely just going to have to watch his team take L's? If you're the players on this team around Anthony Davis, what are they supposed to do? They know that they're a part of a tanking process. They know what the future holds for them. They're likely none of them are going to be a part of it. You're setting a bad precedent, a losing culture that we've seen a lot of organizations struggle to get rid of. That's not bad. What about Anthony Davis? I mean, this guy's reputation is getting ruined right now around the league. He's looked at as the bad guy and the villain. I don't believe that's right. I think the Pelicans had enough time to produce a winning situation around him. They didn't. And now he's getting vilified around the league as this bad guy who wants to leave his high school sweetheart. And the fans don't win in this situation. Come on, man. You really think the fans are happy that they get to see Anthony Davis 12 minutes, for 18 minutes, for 22 minutes? You really think that makes a fan happy if they're in a tough game with Memphis and they lose? And Anthony Davis was just sitting on the bench with his unibrow watching. You think that makes the fans happy that they get teased for 8 minutes? Pretty much you're teasing us with Anthony Davis right now to satisfy the league. And I don't think that's right. Pay the $100,000 fine, set the precedent, and just go on with your situation. I must acknowledge that it is a very difficult situation for all parties involved. Like I said, breakups are never easy. But anywho, where do you think Anthony Davis will end up this summer? Maybe you believe it's Boston. Maybe you believe it's New York. Or maybe you believe the Los Angeles Lakers will somehow, some way sneak in through the back door, get a third team involved, and somehow, some way make an offer to the Pelicans that they can't refuse. Talk to me in the comment box below of this video. Where do you believe Anthony Davis will be traded to this summer, as his saga is only beginning? We now post a new NBA 2K video every time the clock hits 9. That's right, Mr. Taliaferro, NBA 2K 2 times every day. Remember, for more gameplay from your boy, make sure you check me out on Twitch at it's Mr.Taliaferro. Yickety! I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro. Mr.Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro. Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.